Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Green Zero here with another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. That's right, we are back here once again. Got some pretty big names in this game here. Of course, first question you're probably asking is why am I not playing Grey Goo? Well, I am playing Grey Goo. I did buy it when it came out yesterday, and I put about 4 or 5 hours into it. First impressions are pretty good. The multiplayer is pretty fun at the moment, but I've only played half dozen games, and I've played about 4 or 5 missions into the campaign, so got to get used to the game and things like that, but I'll probably bring another video about that later on. As you guys know, there's no replay function in the game yet, so we'll have to see how that goes, but it is definitely something I'm interested in, and I will be playing. But of course, I haven't forgotten about you guys. There are tournaments coming up for Kane's Wrath. There is definitely one tonight, but this VOD probably won't be out by then, just because I tend to sleep while it uploads. But that's enough talking. We have Dirty Dutch and Unleashed UA playing in this game on Tournament Alpine. That is Alpine, that's right. And we have Fight Cloud, aka Warstorm, and Master Leaf also watching this game, so you won't find this on the replay system just yet. Okay, so all these players have basically come up to me with this game here, and we're going to be seeing Filthy, Dirty, Disgusting Dutch playing as the Nod faction. Red Nod, he likes to play as the red colour on the right hand side of Tournament Alpine, and it's Unleashed UA playing as the purple GDI, doing a bit of a cybert there with the zoom in. Yeah, ooh. I know that people, they don't like it when you whip the screen around a lot in all the camera angles when it's just not necessary. Some people want to, you want to sit back and watch the game, so I find people like the slow scrolling or just the moving around or clicking on the radar as a better option to having a look around, but that's just from experience. So I really can't wait to see this game because everyone who's seen it has said good things about it. And we're on Alpine. It's a match or a map we don't see too often. It is around there, it is out there. But these guys here decided to play on it. Interesting that Dutch agreed to play on a new map. Normally he's terrified of new maps. But Unleashed, not doing anything fancy, I don't think. No way. He has got a comm center, so he's going to be doing some kind of rush against Filthy Dutch. Now, they both know their factions. He knows he's up against GDI. Dutch, Unleashed knows he's up against Nod. So, wow, I didn't do that too well. But anyway, did anyone go for the bottom spike? No one went for the bottom spike. So, that one's just going to chill there. You guys really should know the layout of this map. Okay, this is something you probably should have seen before. It has been on my channel, and it has been around for quite some time. It was, of course, made semi-famous for being the final map in the Kane's Wrath World Championship 2014. It was the last map to be played on in the tournament where Master Leaf actually came through and finished the event there, beating Unleashed on this very map. So that was a good series, 5 games to 3, I believe, that Master Leaf took that World Championship series. So we're going to see Dutch moving now. He's going to be expanding now. What was Unleashed actually doing? He has built Orcas. Now he does this with his 3 Orcas. I would rather do it with 4 Orcas. He knows they're coming now, and he's powered down. Now he's against Stealth Harvesters. So yeah, Dutch is just going to move. Pulse Scan comes down, and they're going to probably move outside the range of the Pulse Scan. Does he have any more? No, no more Pulse Scan. He's going to have to scan. He scans again, but the Pulse Scan does not do. It only reveals a tiny itty bit of the area. And he's going to be able to destroy a buggy, but he's not going to get a harvest. He must know it's there, though, because the repair drones gave it away, and he gets a harvester kill. And not only that, all these 3 harvesters are just not harvesting. And that is a semi-win for Unleashed. Did he do enough damage? Of course, he would have liked to have got 2 harvesters, but that's not going to happen. He's only going to get 1, but he did get a raider buggy as well, and he forced those harvesters to stop refining for quite some time. Dutch, his expansion efforts are now on hold. His MCV hasn't been able to move any further than just outside its starting position. So we're going to have to see what Unleashed is going to be doing about that. Dirty Dutch is going to be going for some bike buggy here by the looks of things, just to keep himself safe against Orca harass. He did put down a barracks as well. So, wow, he's actually building an engineer. So I'm not sure what he's got going here. Maybe he's going to be doing some one-base play with an operations center. No reckoners. Yeah, what is he doing with that? He's setting an engineer up here. Oh, no, Unleashed got his spike. Okay, I did not see that. Unleashed has captured his spike, probably with a V35. Funny enough, Unleashed didn't get the spike down there. I would have thought he would have gone for that one. Orca strike coming in. There's nothing for it to hit, unfortunately. It's just going to do some damage to that barracks. Unleashed still has eyes on this, and Dutch moves his MCV just a little bit further, but he is having trouble getting some money. Unleashed is completely unopposed at the moment. His Orcas are flying around somewhere. I could only assume they are out here trying to get some targets here. There's some pitbulls over here, so he's got some pitbulls and he's got his Orcas here, so he's going to be moving around again with his patented triple Orca strategies here. Because, why not do it with 4? You can do it with 3, get extra money for other things, I guess. But no, this is a good position because, as you can see, the mountain range here completely denies anything shooting these. He's actually going to come in with the pitbulls to reveal the stealth. Wow, he's actually going to get harvester kills. He doesn't quite finish that one. Oh no, he's going to have to come back. Did he use all his ammo up? Oh man, if he does not get that harvester, that is a big win for Dutch. It is a big win. He's coming back. He must have ammo. He didn't even exhaust all his supplies, and he does get it. Wow. He almost semi-caked that, but he got the harvester kill. He lost an orca and a few pits. The last pit will get cleaned up. But again, he's just keeping Dutch on one base. He's keeping him down while he expands. Unleashed does have 2 refinery now. And of course, he does have access to tier 2 aircraft, which he's going to be rebuilding the orcas. Yeah, he's going to be going for 4 orcas now. Because why the hell not? Although he has forced out a lot of buggies. And probably forcing out a little bit of infantry and some bikes as well. Dual war factory for Dutch, who's been really slowed down terribly bad. Whereas his MCV is actually going for the center field there. Battle marker over there. It's just those guys attacking that. Orcas launching again. They will be fighting the buggies. They don't really want to be doing that. There's a few pitbulls here, but with the war factory to help them, they should be okay. If that buggy gets an orca kill, I'm going to be annoyed. No, but it doesn't get the orca kill. And these guys are going to pull back here. And Dutch realizes, hang on. I've just got buggies. Unleash is going to chase down this wounded buggy. If the buggy is in heavy damage mode like it is here, then the pitbulls will outspeed it. And as you can see, they are slowly gaining on this buggy. And it's desperately trying to get back to Dutch's base. I'm not sure if it's going to make it, though. It's going to get pretty close. He could probably save it if he brought the other buggies forward, maybe, just to see if he could scare Unleashed away. But no, he is going to lose that buggy. So, I mean, every unit counts at this point in the game. Both sides very heavy one-basing at the moment. And Dutch, of course, does have the middle field now, and he's got a barracks down there. Interesting he placed it up there. Would have thought maybe down here get the spike. Obviously thinks maybe there's some scouts guarding it. And there's some pitbulls down here, and they will get cleaned up by these this bike buggy. There's too much bike buggy here, so those pitbulls will get cleaned up. They do take down a few bikes, though, which is nice. And what's happening up here? The orca's now moving in from the north, and does Dutch see it? He doesn't see it. No, he's moving away, and Unleash is just chilling over here. He's got hard points far out. He has got hardpoint orcas. If he had the scanner packs, or no, sorry, the sensor pod, he could destroy so many harvesters right now. And he's going to come in. Scan comes down. He's going to get a harvester kill straight away. He should be able to get the other harvester drives in range of the pulse scan, and he should be able. No, he needs to scan again. No, it's going to dock, so it's going to reveal stealth, and 2 harvesters go down. Only 1 orca went down for 2 harvesters. That's nice, and they've still got ammo as well. Bike buggy coming in. Unleash is going to lose a harvester straight away on this expansion field. There's nothing here to protect it. It goes down straight away. And he's got 2 Predator tanks, so the main is in good condition here. Orca's now just retreated to the north. There's one that was left behind, so I think it's got ammo, and Unleashed didn't give it the recall to base order here. Make sure you always do that if you want to get them to return to the airfield. Make sure you just spam that a little bit there just so they do go back and get ammo, because it's going to chill there. If it's got ammo and you didn't give it an order, it will just simply wait around for your next order here. And looks like Dutch is massing out infantry here. He's got both the upgrades done as well, so he moved to the middle field, and he's just going to push on Unleashed main. And Unleashed does not have AP ammo. He doesn't even have a comm center. He's got Predator tanks for defense. His orcas are scattered. I'm not entirely sure where they are. How's he going to defend against this? There's really, there's not too much infantry here, I guess, but there's enough to destroy the MCV if nothing happens. And Unleashed is not even building. He's not even building turrets now. He's only just started building turrets, so this is obviously snuck up on him. There's an Orca Strike coming in. It could be an epic Orca Strike. I'm not sure what Dutch does. Maybe he missed micro there. That Orca Strike does a lot of damage. Unleashed loses. Dutch loses a big portion of his infantry there. And a good tower placement puts it behind the MCV. You need a building block. The next one does come out in front. He's obviously confident he can crush this. I'm not sure what the Orcas are actually up to, but there's units moving through the middle of the map now, and it's probably the bike buggy. And it looks like Unleashed, he may be able to hold this just because Dutch just does not have enough infantry here. Dutch does this sometimes with these infantry pushes. Doesn't quite bring enough to the party, and Unleashed is probably going to tower spam his way to victory here. And now he's got to commit. If he goes for the MCV, he kind of needs to get it because he's not shooting the towers, and the towers are just firing back at him. He's doing a lot of damage, though. A lot of damage is coming in. It looks like the Orcas, though, are forced off the deck. He's going to camp out the airfields. There are some Orcas somewhere on the map. I'm not entirely sure where they are. There's now 4 towers here, and they are firing vigorously. The repair tool is down. It's going to be tight. It's going to be so tight. Unleash is going to lose his MCV. I think it's going to be so close. He does lose the MCV. He must not have had any money to repair it. Oh, no, that's not good. APM are not quite done, so he does get the MCV. And building rifleman squads is a bad idea because they have hallucinogenic grenades and it will turn the riflemen against their allies. AP ammo is done. That's sufficient. The Orcas now not going to be able to return to base because Unleashed has to sell this off. And he's got some harvesters here. He's going to have to bring them down here. Some of them are being transitioned all the way to the expansion here. But Dutch, on the other hand, doesn't have an expansion. He is still one base in it. And he even sold off a ref to go all in for that. Now, yeah, he got Unleashed and he stopped building infantry. Oh no, that's a terrible idea because these rifleman squads, as soon as the hallucinogenic grenades come down, it's going to be GG for those rifleman squads. And he sells off all the towers now, but he did get Unleashed MCV. But he has, like I said, he's only just put a ref down, so he has got a ref down there. Is there still an Orca in the top? I think all the Orcas, we must assume all the Orcas have gone down to that bike buggy because I didn't even see where they went. I've been keeping an eye on the radar. I'm just like, where the heck are those Orcas gone? And he does dig some foxholes, which is a much better idea because hallucinogenic grenades will not affect the bunkers there. He will just bounce harmlessly off them. Unleash, though, does not have an MCV out. No, he does, sorry. He just rebuilt it, and he's probably going to be going for a second ref. Few APCs just chilling here now. Some of them have rifleman squads in them. But, of course, he has expanded. Doesn't have that... Oh, he's actually going for an engineer to get that spike now, so that's nice work. And, of course, he has been shooting at Dutch's spike, who's now forced to repair out. It looks like it's going to out-damage the APM, but eventually the rifleman squad will rank up, and that will be reversed. A few Scorpion tanks out by Dutch. I would have thought maybe he'd continue on with the infantry push a little bit here more, other than try to go into some kind of armor, because Unleashed, I mean, there's not going to be too much armor. Dutch just does not have the economy. He's really slowed down. The economy in this game is just very interesting. They're just really slow at the moment. Both factions fare their economy. Unleashed does have double ref, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 harvesters on it, so that's going to be a big boost. No one's really touched the blue tip. I think there might be some missing. Yeah, it looks like maybe someone's tried to steal some. Yeah, look, Unleashed has got a harvester here. Shadow Tank comes out. These units are lined right up, and that does a lot of damage. And the harvester gets to the war factory, and now the Shadow Tank is going to camp around it, but I think he's going to lose the harvester anyway. But, oh man, he's making him pay for it. He's making him pay for it. That one Shadow Tank doing a lot of damage, getting repairs, and he's firing at the MCV by accident. Shadow Tank's now going to force all this away. And yeah, that one Scorpion tank goes down. No, there is actually an Orca left, and it does go down. Did have some ammo, fired some rounds off, and then it dies. Almost heroic buggy there. Unleash might want to clean that up because they're a pain when they go heroic. Actually, the Shadow Tank might do the job for him. It is not quite going to fire. No, it's not going to fire. That's unfortunate. I think Unleash is probably gearing up for an attack. He doesn't actually have an army yet, does he? He's going for another airfield, so maybe Hammerheads this time instead of Orcas. He is calling in the Bloodhounds, so he's obviously planning some kind of push on Dutch's main base. This is the thing as well, because Dutch is at the middle field, which means Dutch's next expansion is behind him and away from Unleashed, unless Unleashed gets like a surveyor around the bottom of the map. If this keeps going into the late game, and there's plenty of time for Unleashed to do something, there's so much time, but if it does go into that late game, he's going to find himself on the wrong side of the Tiberium, and I think Dutch might be going for the blue tip. Yeah, now Dutch is sending for the blue tip. Orca Strike comes in, hits the MCV. Oh, she gets a beam cannon and badly damages another one, but there's 3 beam cannons here. And this is going to allow him to push this base. Look at all the foxholes, though. This is going to be really hard to... He's going to have to dig Unleash out one base at a time. 2 Shadow Tanks come in. The MCV is over here. There's towers behind this ridge here. That is amazing. That is great positioning. They're going to be able to fire at this infantry over the ridge, and they're going to be able to do a lot of damage. Both of those... Actually gets a beam cannon there. Both of those Shadow Tanks do go down, and that's good positioning. Dutch immediately realizes that's a very bad position to engage, and he's going to get back. He's probably going to drop a few more towers and make a move. Dutch now only has, he's got another beam cannon comes out. He's got enough to start ripping down buildings, but he's going to have to start doing something about that very shortly. We have double A turrets here, obviously concerned about, yeah, the Hammerheads. It is going to be Hammerheads that are coming out, and they're really good against not imp spam, as long as, you know, you're not going into crazy imp spam, and you've got enough Hammerheads to engage. There are now 6 beam cannons here, and that is enough to destroy the MCV should they get shots on. Buildings will go down lightning quick to the beam cannons because they do grenade type damage. Unleash just sells them. He's like, well, they're going to die, so might as well sell them. Units are actually moving around the bottom of the map here. There's an APC attack going down there, so Unleash is probably just going to buy his time. Is going to silo block, and he's realized, nope, hang on, I'm just going to get the MCV out of here. Those beam cannons are going to do too much damage. Dutch has his base head here. He's building more infantry. Could spam out a few more militant squads just to fill the gaps because they do draw a ton of fire and they're only 200 bucks. APCs will be trying to dig out the middle base structure as well to secure the blue Tiberium. No stealth detection though, which is going to be a problem. Beam cannon's not entirely focused firing, but they're starting to dig out the foxholes one at a time. It is of course delaying Dutch's push, and now the APCs are coming in, and Orca Strike, oh, he almost hits his own units there, but it goes between and hits nothing, and the APCs realize, hang on a second, no, let's back off here. APCs are on the other side of the map as well, with 2 pit bulls, and that's important. He could formation move those into this base, and oh, Dutch has actually sold all this up, so at some point in time he must have lost that. Maybe those Orcas in the earlier game did do some damage and I did not realize. But nonetheless, Dutch is on the middle field. He has a decent sized army now, so we're starting to get into the position in that part of the game where they're getting larger armies out. I mean, it's not very large, it's medium sized, but normally you see this a lot earlier on in the game, but these guys just killing each other's eco so heavily. There is, what's Unleashed doing? Wow, he's got a lot of Hammerheads here. He could come in and just crush this, and I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to let Dutch move further and further away from his base, and to be honest, I think he overcommitted on beam cannons here. There's like a dozen beam cannons here, and he doesn't need that many, not unless there's a decoy army down here. Battle marker up there. The APCs are cleaning out the main field, so that's all good. All as good as dead. Now the Hammerheads are being revealed, but Unleashed doesn't go in. APC's coming in now, and he's going to try to chase this back, and this is a great time to engage for Unleashed. He's going to force the retreat of all the infantry here, and he's going to move across. He should just move his Hammerheads in a formation move. Dutch realizes it, turns around, takes a swing, gets a Hammerhead or two, and now the APCs are going to come in, and the Hammerheads could come back, and he's going to crush this army. The beam cannons have managed to escape back to the base defenses, but they might have to keep retreating. There's APCs here, there's Hammerheads here. Unleashed is doing a great job here of pushing through, and he should be able to push his way into this base. Again, a lot of beam cannons. I think he needs to stop building beam cannons. Dutch, he's got too many. He's got more than enough than he needs. APCs are coming in, but I think there should be enough infantry and beam cannons to do some damage. APCs coming from the back now as well, forcing the sell-off of some buildings there by Dutch, and now the beam cannons trying to destroy APCs, but they're getting shot at by rockets, and they're getting shot at by AP ammo. Pulling back to the war factory. A few Scorpion tanks coming out. He needs some armor to help push this back. Beam cannons splitting their fire all over the place, but the APCs don't have terrible armor. Or no, they don't have too good armor, should I say, and they will be going down in due time. So that blunts Unleashed attack, but it was a good engagement at the start. He did a lot of damage, but this is the part where Unleashed is like, hang on a second, I'm on the wrong side of the tip field. Dutch is actually taking advantage of this. He's got Tiberium here. Unleashed might have to just expand to this field instead. He's got a spike there. He killed Dutch's spike, so he's 2 spike to Dutch's 0 spike. And this game here really has no clear winner. No one's clearly ahead of the other. But Unleashed is out of Tiberium, and he needs to make a move now. He needs to stop. Dutch from harvesting Tiberium, because Dutch still has a lot of Tiberium on the middle field even. He's got all this tib field here, and I'm not sure if he spotted the Hammerheads moving down around here, but he needs some double A. He puts down, yeah, he's getting double A now. He has an operation center. It's obviously his second one because he's fenced it. He had one beforehand. And a scan must have come down because he's killing harvesters. And he does kill that buggy as well. Decides to back off. He could just kill that SAM turret and then kill the operations center. But no, he's allowed time for more double A turrets to come up now. I don't think that was a good idea. Dutch, meanwhile, is pulling his army back to this position. I'm not sure if that's a Q move or something, because he doesn't really need... None of these units can shoot air except for the rockets. And if he thinks the rocket's going to catch up to the Hammerheads, it's not going to happen. Look at this. Unleashed does have a surveyor out here. So he is planning to grab Dutch's main, and there's a lot of Tiberium there. Enough to build several large armies, so that's going to secure his future. Also, he is taking blue Tiberium. There's 1, 2 harvesters ferrying that back to his main base, and that is really going to come in handy as well. But Dutch has just stalled again. He doesn't have the double A to contend with the Hammerhead present at the moment. There's quite a few Hammerheads rolling around. Unleashed even sending harvesters down here already, and he does fence that straight away. May decide to keep the outpost in case a catalyst comes down. He might want to put like a comm center or something there, or an armory, just so he keeps build radius if that does occur. But Dutch does not have a tech center, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Some APCs and units moving around here now. So this game is becoming very bitsy. It's going to be a lot of small, detailed engagements, I reckon, right now. And Unleashed is going to come into this field now. There is buggies here. He needs to focus fire a little bit more. He's firing at the SAM turret. It's probably not a good idea. Now he switches targets to the buggies. He's like, yep, cool. And he puts down a lot of mines as well. He plants down a ton of minefields there. And it's going to cause some of these units to run across those, and he's going to have to clear them up, otherwise the harvest is going to be destroyed as well. Dutch bringing this whole army down here now. He's bringing everything he's got to try to defend this field. Obviously he doesn't want to lose this field here. Some of these harvesters are off the line. That one pitbull needs to be destroyed, otherwise he risks losing that harvester. I don't think it's going to matter. That pitbull should go down momentarily. He's still got it there. No, the pitbull is actually going to get away, but it doesn't matter. This army isn't in a condition to fight anymore. He's trying to run the remnants of it away, and he does lose the last 2. No, not quite. 1 APC remaining. Veteran APC might want to pull that back, but no, he hasn't given it an order, unfortunately. Battle marker over here. It was a harvester stealing Tiberium off the main field, so Dutch has allowed his main field to be leached by Unleashed. That's pretty crazy. The 1 APC, hero APC, comes back, but he's not going to be able to do anything against this base, and Dutch is packed tightly into this base now. He's got a harvester here, does not realize he's pulled that off the line, so again, Dutch is falling a little bit of victim to the mind games now of Unleashed UA, who's now making a move on the front line. He's got so many Hammerheads. He has so many Hammerheads, and he's going to need Tib Core. I don't think he's going to be able to take this at all. He really has no way to take this. Even the SAM turret's getting destroyed, and he's going to go for the power. The power is down. This could be the moment the game ends, because once you lose power in a situation like this, it goes downhill, and another power plant should be going down. Dutch needs more double A turrets. He needs a lot more double A turrets. He just lost his whole main middle base there. The whole thing just went down. There's some buggies here. They need to get back to the base defenses, because I don't think he's going to be able to defend it out. He's only got a few SAM turrets there as well, and he has no power. He pushes Unleashed away. Unleashed does come back, and he does kill that last SAM turret. He now has total control, well, semi-control of this middle field, and that harvester might give away the top base because it was moving towards it. Dutch doesn't pick up on it. He's got a decent-sized army here. Mix and match force, so we got rockets, militants, preds, scorpions, and some beam cannons in there. And the Hammerheads, I mean, again, the only thing that can shoot air there are going to be the buggies and the rockets, and there's not really very many of them. And he does put down more SAM turrets, realizes, identifies the threat. These power plants were very vulnerable without that SAM turret, and that one SAM turret will easily fall to those Hammerheads. It does not have the firepower to do anything about that. He's going to put another one down. He's actually going to go for Venoms, which is a good idea, but he does need laser Venoms. And there is actually a Marv coming down over here. Unleash has this base, almost called him Master Leaf. Dutch has realized it's there now. A Sonic Emitter comes down straight away, and it will go straight through a bunch of those units, but it's going to get Beam Cannon down. And look how much damage, grenade type damage. World of Pain. The Marv is going to come out. He immediately sells the Reclamator Hub. He's got a lot of Beam Cannons here. He's got 4, 5, 6. He's got 8 Beam Cannons. If he starts firing at the Marv, he can do some damage. But Unleash is going to have to turn around here. He needs to not show his rear armor at that unit there, and doing a lot of damage here now. The Beam Cannons as well coming in. The Hammerheads might have to be recalled to this position, and I think they are. You can see them in the middle of the map. They're heading here now. They're like, hey, here we come, guys. There's going to be Venoms, though. Venoms as well, but there's a lot of Hammerheads coming in to flank this area here. We're going to see a pretty big engagement, I think. Looks like the Marv has pulled back all the way to the back area there, and it looks like Dutch is going to be moving forward now. And he has got base defenses. The tech center, everything here should probably fall from Unleashed UA. His Marv will probably fall as well. It's trapped in the corner. It's a dual rail Marv. It can only really hope to cause as much damage as possible and kill as many units as he can. What's happening down here? No, I thought that was an enemy attack down there, but it's not. The Beam Cannons have the DPS. They've got the beam combined. He does smash the one at the front there and kills a fair chunk of this army, but the Marv will be falling, and Unleashed is pushed off this base. Meanwhile, what does he have here? Nothing much. Venom's now chasing down the Hammerheads. There are a lot of Hammerheads here. There are so many Hammerheads here. I've never seen him that many Hammerheads off of one airfield. I'm pretty sure he's built them all off just one airfield, just building them up over time. And look at this. He's stored on money, and he's trying to get rocket squads, I reckon. That's actually a good idea. Rockets are very cheap, they're very cost effective, and it will give the Hammerheads the ability to shoot down those Venoms. There's actually a lot of Venoms here now. I mean, they don't have a lot of armor. Rocket squads will be good against them. But there are, like I said, there are a lot of Venoms there. Don't have lasers. No tech center from Dutch, who is now expanding to his main. This game is crazy. Neither side can really get in a critical blow to the other. Unleashed is pushed back. He does have base defenses and Hammerheads. It's really the Hammerheads that are keeping him alive now. If he can take out the AA, the Hammerheads can do the rest of the job. There's 2 turrets here as well. Even though they're pretty weak, the Venoms won't want to be going there. Beam Cannons are here now. That's not cool. He's going to be able to snipe down this whole base. Unleash could be down to 1 base shortly. The Hammerheads are coming in, and they do have some rocket squads in them. The Venoms now moving across, coming in range of the AA turrets. One of them has been destroyed, and they're going to start kiting. They're flying up onto the high ground here, and there is another turret there as well. And this is pretty crazy. I can't even get this all on the screen, but the Venoms now moving around. Don't want to go too close to those AA turrets. The buggies ran forward, and he's just going to snipe those ones down. Meanwhile, this base is starting to fall. Dutch could just come in. He's going to get the comm center. So no more airfields now. He's only got 1 airfield left. He's going to have to rebuild his comm center. Here come the Venoms now. There are a handful of rockets in here, and they will be trying to... They should really be focus firing on these Hammerheads, but they're not. Dutch not focus firing, and the rockets now causing some damage. The AA turret's doing some damage, and the Beam Cannons will be leveling the space. There's no build radius here, and that last airfield, that's the only chance for repairs for Unleash, will go down. I'm not sure if he put down a combat support effort, but he picks off all the Beam Cannons. They're all here. All the ranks. There was at least 2 elite ones there as well, and Dutch loses a lot. The Venoms are like, see you later, we're not going to hang around there. So they left those Beam Cannons for dead. Maybe he could have even cloaked them. There was like 4 or 5 there. If he cloaked those, he could have sent them around and got like an MCV snipe. Cloaked Beam Cannons, if obviously are really powerful, by the way, because it's like having a flame tank that has range on it. Basically, you can sit in the middle of the base and just go bam, 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 and just shoot down all of his buildings one after the other, and you don't even have to be close to them. And they do more damage than flame tanks than if you've got like 5 of them. Oh man, of course, a lot more expensive. $3,000 for the cloaking field, and they're $1,000 each, which, you know, you need at least 4 or 5, which is about $4 or $5,000 compared to a flame tank, which is only $1,200, which is why you see people using flame tanks to do it. But having said that, Beam Cannons, we have seen them do like massive amounts of damage, especially in multiplayer games when one guy cloaks like 6, 7, 8 Beam Cannons and just sends them in solo to the enemy base. But I'm kind of sidetracked here. We need to focus on this game. Dozers is done here for Dutch. He's got some SAM turrets there to help deal with the Hammerheads, but these Hammerheads are doing so much damage now. He needs Tib Core. He doesn't have a tech center, so throughout this game we've only seen 1 tech center, and it was from Unleashed, and it got destroyed pretty quickly as soon as the Marv came out. Does he have a tech lab? Yes, he does have a tech lab. Tib core is almost done. He needs to hold out for a little bit longer, unless that's laser capacitor. I mean, he kind of needs both, doesn't he? He needs the lasers for the scorpions on the ground to kill this kind of like, because scorpions will be really good against pitbull APCs if they have lasers. Caught in a formation move, you can formation move air and ground units. They'll only move as fast as the slowest unit. But he's gonna, yeah, those hammerheads really should be on their own control group. Tib core is done, Tiberium core missile is done. He's not going for laser capacitor. I mean, if he goes for laser capacitor, he's actually got stealth tanks here, and that is going to shut down the hammerheads. Everyone knows, or you should know, that hammerheads do not like stealth tanks. It's not like orcas. Orcas are somewhat expendable, and they can actually hunt down stealth tanks because they have two types of stealth detection. They fire missiles, and stealth tanks most of the time have to trade with them. There's going to be a bit of engagement here. The hammerheads are coming in. They're trying to get the stealth tanks. Oh my god, they got most of the stealth tanks there. And he's got heroic rifleman squads in there. Dutch just got completely pancaked there. And a lot of these guys are still alive. A lot of the hammerheads will stand. They will be firing at these units down and getting out. That was a great engagement for Unleash. He comes back to finish off that last tank as well. But yeah, oh man, Dutch, you can see the stealth tanks, they fire in a volley of 6, and they're actually reloading at the time that those hammerheads came in. They just fired off their volley, and then bam, 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 Unleash quickly came in. I don't know if he did that, like he planned that, or if it was just good timing or whatever, but he has expanded to the middle field now. I think he's got most of the blue tib field. I'm pretty sure he's harvested a majority of that. And he could even start harvesting back here. This field is growing back again. Most of his harvesters are packed up here. Some of them have tib in them. Some of them only got a teeny bit of tib in them. But he is starting to re-expand down here. His hammerhead force has been somewhat diminished. I mean, he probably had about, 7, 8, and maybe even 9 more than that a few moments ago, or maybe a minute or so ago. Dutch has managed to kill some of these hammerheads. But even with Tiberium core missile, he's still having a little bit of trouble. I think he sells off one of the labs now. If he's going to push, oh look at this, he's going to push in here. He's got the MCV in here, and the hammerheads now, they did take losses out of those stealth tanks. Another stealth tank comes in, it goes down straight away, but he gets another hammerhead here. And with the MCV push, oh, it's going to go down so fast. Dutch gets a turret down. He gets a turret down, but he focuses it down straight away. Only gets one volley off. Another hammerhead goes down, and he's going to be able to destroy this. The Scorpion tanks will clean up the ground forces, but they need to get out of there as soon as this is done, because the hammerheads are just going to turn around, and the hail fire coming down from the skies now is going to destroy most of these guys. The stealth tanks are like, whoa, hang on a second, we might just pull back. Yes, that's probably going to be a good idea. Dutch does pull back now. He's got one war factory left. Yeah, he's only got one, so that's interesting. He's got a lot of SAM turrets. He's got enough to defend his base, but he doesn't have any kind of Tiberium under his control. And yes, I did get a new chair. Some people were asking about the chair in the last video. I just remembered that. I got a new chair. It's pretty cool. It's pretty comfy, and I'm still wearing it in, so it does make a few noises, little like that. But oh, stealth tank's coming in now, and he's actually going to lose one straight away. He does not quite know. He should be able to get that half. There's actually a pit bull on the ground. That's why you can see that. 2 stealth tanks going to try to kite, and that's good kiting from Dutch. He gets 2 hammerheads now. Now unleashes down to just 3 hammerheads, and his force has been somewhat diminished. Oh, he overstepped his mark then, and he is going to pay for it with another stealth tank, but the last one should be able to get away. I'm not sure why he moved so far forward, but yeah, the air threat has pretty much been placated right now. He's only got 3 hammerheads left. Not really going to do too much here. We got rifles inside one of them, but the other 2 badly damaged one there. I think Unleash isn't planning on going back for edge just because he knows there's stealth tanks. There's Tib core. It's like he's got better units to spend his money on now. And another MCV comes out, so he wants to make a push on this base now. Remember, Dutch does have a tech center, so he can put obelisks. He can build artillery. It might be time to build... Oh, and there goes the remainder of the hammerheads. 1 hammerhead is left at the back here. It might be a good idea just to put down just 1 SAM turret, then start obelisking with specters and just siege this base. He doesn't actually have to harvest any Tiberium. He just needs to siege and stop Unleash from taking it, because Unleash is getting a fair bit of eco now. He's got 5 harvests on this field. The other harvests are going back to the fire expansion. He's expanded down here as well. Oh man, Unleash is getting too much money. He is getting too much money right now, and Dutch needs to do something about that, like right now. And his response is infantry. He's got infantry, he's got some Tib core units at his disposal. I'm not sure where the stealth tanks have gone. He definitely still had some left, so they might be trying to get behind Unleash's base. We'll have to keep an eye on the radar for battle markers. No, there's actually one there, and I'm pretty sure that could be the only one. Deploys his construction now. There's a few bikes here with Tib core as well. So obviously going for some cheaper options. I'm not sure if he sold his tech center. No, he didn't. There's going to be an engagement here. That stealth tank completely gets smashed though. But these pitbulls can't do too much against the infantry cloud. He's going to have to use towers. There's 2 war factories here, and he's going to have to start spamming out these APCs. That 1 harvester a little bit too close to the front line there. Should go down. It will go down. These guys now fighting right over this Tiberium field, and an obelisk will come down, and that will cause some problems for Unleash. He's going to have to try to focus that one down. He's got a lot of units here to try to do that, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it. It's going to be pretty tight. He's got some Predator tanks out now. The Obelisk still at half health. No, it's starting to fall pretty quickly now. He needs to try to clean up a lot of his infantry. No more Obelisk. One is being queued by Dutch, but he took a while to queue that. Scan comes down, obviously trying to detect for any other nasties. Although he does have pitbulls here, so I think maybe that was a panic scan from Unleashed. And he will crush this army. And Dutch has been pushed off this field, and it's going to be, this base push is over before it really even gets going. He lost his whole army there. He moved into the base defenses of Unleashed, and he does have an MCV here. Does he have 2 MCVs? No, he only has 1 MCV. He must have moved it back to the main field here. So, and another Obelisk will come down to cause some damage against his units, but the MCV is being fired at. Dutch really has no units. I can see back at his base. If he loses the MCV, I think that might be all over, because Unleashed is going to be able to refine this in peace, and he's just going to build up a massive army. He's already got part of an army here. And Dirty Dutch, that might just have been game for Dirty Dutch. Does he have a war factory? Oh man, please tell me he has a war factory. No, he has no build. He has no build, so this is it. Dirty Dutch is going to lose this game. It's only a matter of time now. He's probably sitting in game, maybe talking to Unleashed, and yeah, there he goes. He realizes, hang on a second, it is all over. So I really can't describe that game. It was bitsy and it was all over the place, but it was definitely exciting to watch, and it was close until the very end as well. Like, at no point in that game did you figure out who was going to win, obviously, until Dutch lost his MCV in the last minute of the game. But yeah, that was a good watch. And all resources are interesting. Unleashed always managed to keep a heads up over Dirty Dutch. Dutch didn't really work his economy enough, got run around by Unleashed, and really couldn't get in that critical base killing attack. I mean, he did kill a few of Unleashed's base. With the beam cannons were a good idea, but he didn't protect them well enough. He should have done a better job of that. But nonetheless, that was a great game to watch. I can't really say too much more about it. Very good game. Anyway, stay tuned to my channel. Of course, I'm playing some Grey Gil as well, and I will be playing Kane's Wrath, and there will be upcoming tournaments, so stay tuned to my channel. Stay tuned to my videos. More videos coming up. See what I can do about getting out some FPV. Still working on those there, and just ironing out the fine details. But anyway, I'm Green Zero. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.